Hi everyone, we're back in the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center here on GoLocal Live. We're here now with Daniela Quilliam. She is the Director for the Center of Acute Infectious Disease and Epidemiology. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. She's here to speak to us a little bit about the recent West Nile outbreak. So we did have a few outbreaks here in Rhode Island. What do we need to know as Rhode Island residents?
So we have had we do mosquito surveillance throughout the state. We have had several positive West Nile tests in mosquitoes that were trapped during mosquito surveillance, but we have not had any cases of West Nile virus here in Rhode Island yet. There have been human cases of the illness in Massachusetts and Connecticut, but we don't have any human cases in Rhode Island as of this season.
And so what's the danger to Rhode Island residents? Should people be worried? Should they take preventative measures?
Yes. So the mosquitoes that carry West Nile virus are active through until the first frost of the season, which usually happens in late October. So prevention is the best measure. So we advise everyone to avoid outdoor activities during dawn and dusk if you can. If you are going to go outside, use a repellent. We recommend a repellent with at least 20% DEET or more. On infants, you can't use DEET, so we recommend using a stroller net or something like that. We also recommend wearing long sleeves and long pants whenever possible. Removing breeding grounds from your yard. So any containers that have standing water, old tires, children's toys, small pools, get rid of any standing water in your yard so that the mosquitoes can't breed.
And what about things like spraying in your yard? I know there's various things you can buy that you hook onto a hose and you can spray your bushes, spray things like that. Should people take measures like that as well?
I am not aware of the effectiveness of those products, so I can't really speak to that. But we do recommend strongly the preventative measures of repellent and long sleeves and long pants and spraying your clothing with permethrin, which is another repellent that also works against ticks and as well as mosquitoes.
And when it comes to pets as well, are they at risk as well?
That is a good question. And unfortunately, I don't know the answer to that.
That's perfectly all right. And so if someone does think that they might have been bitten by an infected mosquito, what are some of the warning signs to look out for?
So most cases of West Nile virus are mild, and people present with flu-like symptoms without the respiratory component. So they get a headache, a fever, body aches, and sometimes a rash on their stomach, their back, and their chest. In more severe cases, in addition to the fever and headache, they also get a stiff neck, limb weakness, and some confusion and disorientation.
And if you do believe you have some of these symptoms, is there someone you should contact? Should they contact the Department of Health?
We advise if you have a fever, it's always a good idea to consult with your healthcare provider, and it's particularly important to talk to your healthcare provider if you have some of the other symptoms such as the disorientation and confusion and limb weakness. Your doctor, if you do have West Nile, your doctor should report to the Department of Health.
And who is the most at risk?
Generally, anyone who's outdoors is at risk of getting mosquito bites. Generally speaking, if you are elderly or young and you have, if you're immunocompromised, you're more likely to have a more severe disease than others.
And speaking a little bit about some of the cases we've had in surrounding areas, has it been neighboring areas to Rhode Island?
I don't know specifically. It has been, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Connecticut. I'm not sure exactly where, but it's been in various areas of those two states.
And over the last couple of years, have we seen an increase, a decrease in cases in this area specifically? Is it stayed about the same?
It's about the same. We usually get a handful of cases a year. Last year, I think we had 2 or 3. So we don't have a ton of cases, but the risk is always there. The mosquitoes that carry West Nile have been there in the past, and they are continuing to be here this season as well. So that we always recommend prevention because the risk is there, even though we don't have a large number of cases.
And so you said it lasts up until the first frost of the year. And speaking a little bit, of course, now we're going into fall, but when it comes to in the spring, should people always be aware of these and take these preventative measures, even if we don't have specifically, if we haven't specifically been told there have been cases?
Yes, it's always a good idea to take preventative measures. The measures that you use to prevent mosquito bites are also useful in preventing tick-borne diseases such as Lyme, which is prevalent in Rhode Island as well. So it is important to take the preventative measures regardless of whether or not there are cases in Rhode Island, because we know that the diseases are out there.
And speaking of ticks, there was a lot of talk about that in the spring and early summer about there have been a lot of cases of tick-borne illnesses. Has it been a particularly bad summer for that here in Rhode Island?
We have seen a lot of Lyme disease this summer, but we see a lot of Lyme disease every summer. So I can't say that there has been an increase, but we are definitely a high volume state when it comes to Lyme disease. So it's important to take precautions for that as well.
And are there any other tick-borne illnesses we're seeing cases of here in Rhode Island?
We also see cases of Babesia and Ehrlichia and Anaplasma. They are less prevalent than Lyme disease, but they are also out there. So again, it's important to protect yourself.
Fantastic. And is there anything else people should know about West Nile or prevention or anything along those lines?
We have a lot of information on our website. So if you'd like more information or if you have questions, you can go to health.ri.gov/mosquito, and there's some additional information as well as many resources, some educational materials and videos that you can share with the community and on social media.
Fantastic. And so you said people should, just to reiterate, people should be aware of this, take these preventative measures until the first frost of the year.
That is correct.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming in, sharing this very important information. We really appreciate it. And to everyone who's heading out this weekend and beyond, make sure you take those preventative measures just in case. And thanks so much. We'll be right back with just a wrap up here on GoLocal Live.
Thank you very much for having me.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm GoLocal News Editor Kate Nagel. Coming in to give you an update. It's on GoLocal Facebook and GoLocalProv.com. The update from the shooting outside the Providence Career and Tech, right next to Central High School. One student has died. The video of Providence Police Chief Hugh Clements is online. They have a person of interest in custody. They did not say suspect. They also talked of another shooting taking place that they are still gathering information about. Again, you can read more about it on GoLocalProv.com. This took place shortly after 2 p.m. this afternoon. They were there on the scene right away. GoLocal has photos and footage from the aftermath. Now, again, the investigation is ongoing, but they have confirmed they did not say the age or release any details, but it was a student, a minor, shot and killed in Providence today. We'll have more on this forthcoming as the Providence Police releases more information about this investigation. But again, you can read more, see the pictures from this afternoon and the video from the press conference with Providence Police Chief Hugh Clements. So we appreciate your tuning into GoLocal Prov. Again, we will have more for this on this moving forward on GoLocalProv.com and on Facebook. We appreciate your watching. We appreciate your feedback.